Hi, YouTubers. This is my first blog. I am pre-op. I am probably about 2 months out. Uh, I actually had done some research before about weight loss surgery, and at the time, a couple years ago, I didn't think it was, I don't think I was ready for it, and I didn't follow through. I had one of those kind of defining moments in January. I was in the Bed Bath and Beyond, and I was in the Beyond section looking, for stuff, and I see scales, and I'm like, oh, I need a new scale. Um, so I step on one, because you always want to try it out, and I saw this number, and the number, I was so ashamed, so shocked and ashamed, and it was awful. And I'm like, well, you know what? Maybe it's the scale. So I tried 2 more scales, and they all had the same number. I'm not going to share that number with you. I'm still ashamed that I ever got to that weight. I have lost some since then. However, it's been, I'm not an angel when it comes to eating. However, I've been good and, watching what I eat and exercising, and it's just, oh my goodness, it's a struggle. It's just a struggle, and I think I need a kickstart. So, and I think that it actually came as a blessing to me as far as having the option because I have serious heartburn. And I went to the doctor for it, and she's like, Angela, medicine's not working for you anymore. You're going to have surgery. And I'm like, oh, crap. I've never had surgery before in my life. So it's a thing called a Nissen fundoplication. Probably butchered the word. But so I went and I saw the surgeon, and the surgeon's like, well, you now have a comorbidity, which is the righteous heartburn. And so I have the obesity and the heartburn, and I qualified medically for the gastric bypass, which I didn't before because apparently you have to be fat and unhealthy. And I was just fat, not unhealthy. Isn't that great? I was being punished for being healthy. Um, and I thought about it and I said, you know what? I need this. I need to do this. I did not have the option if I went ahead and had the Nissen fundoplication to have the gastric bypass. I also did not have the option of the vertical sleeve or the lap band. The lap band would make my heartburn worse, which we don't want to do. So I've just been doing the paperwork and going through the journey and all of that kind of stuff. And I'm probably about 2 months out, maybe. I'm more time out now, not because of the process, but because of my job. I am a college professor, so I it's not like a regular job where you can just take some time off. My students would love it, but I'm not quite allowed to do that. So I have to wait for when we have kind of built-in breaks, and our next break is not until November. Which brings me to the next point. If you're one of my students and you see this, I hope you'll be kind. If you are someone that I know that maybe I didn't tell, remember that I do have feelings. And if you're someone who is just, a hater, dude, totally keep it to yourself. If you need counseling, I could refer you, but getting out your aggression on a stranger on YouTube, totally not cool. So, um, like I said, that's where I am now. Maybe when I get more comfortable in my own skin, I will be more willing to share with what I am. Um, since probably, I'd say February, I have probably lost maybe 30 pounds, which, 30 pounds is still 30 pounds. But I think I really do need this kickstart. Uh, Also, Danielle kind of pulled me out of my shell with her contest. Um, I don't want to buy a $30 to $60 big honkin' tub of protein and hate it and not eat it. I'm not made of money. Um, yeah. I don't want it taking up space and me being angry every time I see it, thinking, ugh, I just wasted that money on that. Oh, I can't believe that. So it's wonderful that she's doing that. Just a little bit about myself. Like I said, I am a college professor. I have a background in counseling, so I will try to be very appropriate and kind to everyone on here. That's not to say I'm not human. I may offend you. I may say something that hurts your feelings. Um, I may be very honest, and sometimes honesty can be hurtful, but hopefully I will say it in such a way that it's honest and not deliberately hurtful. I do have a boyfriend. He is currently training to go back to Iraq. Um, so I have that added stress too. It's very difficult to know that the person that you love is being shot at. He's very good about emailing me and talking to me, and we talk almost every night, which I know is not going to happen when he gets in country. Um, so that's tough. That's very tough. Um, we were first dating when he went the first time, and it was very hard. And now, we're talking about getting married and stuff like that. And I don't know, it's going to be tougher this time around, especially with this added stress. So, hopefully I can get healthy for when he comes back safe. He's going to come back safe. And I know other people are going through that too, but, you know, blog is all about me. I am a fairly private person. It's just one of those things that I guess I've learned from being hurt so many times before, and people having expectations that I can't meet or don't want to meet. Um, it's sometimes it's better to be sure that someone is going to be accepting of you than to put yourself out there. So this is a huge deal for me. So hopefully people will be kind, um, and understand that there is a human being behind the screen. I tend to look like I'm very outgoing and thick-skinned, and I am kind of fun and outgoing, but I am really not thick-skinned. Uh, I can look like something doesn't bother me, but it will. And I think a lot of people have that same trait. So, be kind, as I just keep saying it over and over again. And I'll be as gentle as I can too. That's, pretty much it right now. There's nothing really going on. From this point on, I guess I'll, blog about my journey, uh, getting over the finish line, and I can't wait to join y'all on the losers bench. Save me a space. So I will talk to you guys later. Bye.